very closely Mitt Romney's speech tonight. You think that's kind of the speech he's prepping for the general election, for the race against Obama?
Absolutely. I think this was a preview of his speech that he intends to make at the convention when he accepts the nomination. I thought it was the most important speech he's made in his campaign.
The most important?
I think so. More important than debates, because it was his as James pointed out, he intentionally came out early in prime time when he would have the maximum audience. He did not wait around. He really wanted to go. He wanted to get that audience. He was using a teleprompter. This was clearly scripted.
Which in Iowa they put away after Rick Santorum gave his speech.
And it was an eminently forgettable speech in Iowa. I can't remember a word of what he said in Iowa.
Well, he quoted the song, "Oh Beautiful Spacious Skies."
I can remember the song, but not the speech.
Right. Okay. I just remember the Amber Ways of Graying, and he made a joke about it, which is something he had done numerous times before.
Yeah. But tonight, I mean, this was the heart and soul of what he's going to be doing in this campaign, I think, for the next few months. Two other things. He had tried to inoculate himself against the attacks that are coming. Ari Fleischer was right. One of the big questions is whether Gingrich dumping $3.5 million worth of negative advertising will really hurt him in South Carolina. He's trying to inoculate himself against that. The other thing I found
because it's the super PAC that's going to be doing the ad buy.
The other thing on Bain and all the rest. But the other thing I found really interesting is he is now drawing much more heavily upon Ann Romney, his wife, and she coming out with a son. She does so much more to help warm people up toward him than he can do himself right now.
And she gave the opening speech to him.
Yeah, and she makes him seem more authentic, and so does his family. And the problem that Mitt Romney has had for the last couple of days, when he's told voters in New Hampshire, I know what it feels like to be worried about getting a pink slip and all the rest, is that he hasn't seemed really authentic, and I think she helps him there. But I want to point out also something in his speech, because he really took a direct shot at Newt Gingrich. I mean, a total direct shot, where he said that some Republicans were joining with Barack Obama, and he said, quote, in the last few days, we have seen some desperate Republicans join forces with him. And that was clearly Newt Gingrich. And on to South Carolina. Newt Gingrich has nothing to show for tonight, by the way.
At this point, does Romney have to go all in on South Carolina? I mean,
he is all in, of course, because he knows, and he has every reason to go all in. One, he's leading in the polls right now. Number two, he has the governor's support. Some question about whether she's lost a little bit of her popularity, but better to have her than to not have her in the state. And number three, South Carolina is very proud of its history of deciding. Iowa winnows the field. New Hampshire winnows the field. Go back through history. South Carolina picks Republican presidential nominees. If he wins the state and opens 3-0, a lot of people at home are going to be saying, no, it's about delegates, no, it's about delegates, no, it's about delegates. No. If Newt Gingrich keeps coming in at 10%, it's very hard to make the argument, I'm a stronger nominee than Mitt Romney. Never mind, he beat me 3 states in a row.